Welcome guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show how to create autocomplete drop-down component in React, which has these features of searchable list, and will click when we click outside we will hide the drop-down and will certainly have a keyboard navigation. So this will be a searchable list. Whenever you type something, we will suggest from the list of data that we have, that is the autocomplete. So let's see how to build this component in React. So we will be mostly using this in our home page to search something. It's kind of a search bar. So for this demo, I'm just having this component which has the autocomplete component. Right now, the autocomplete component is just an input box and some search result container. So let's build our application over the top of this. So I'm going to add a suggestion list, which is the unordered list. I'm going to use bootstrap classes for the designs here. I'm going to use a list group, and list group contains the list items. So which I have a separate component for the list item, which will render our country and other things. So for this demo, I'm just going to have a country data. So user will be able to search countries. So this has a continent, special character, or special. Let's add some CSS to this. So going back here, I'm going to import this component, and I'm going to have state to maintain the visibility of the search result. So based on this visibility, we will be either showing this search bar suggestion or list, or will be by default it will be in hidden state. Whenever user clicks on the input, we will start showing the suggestions for the user. So basically, we are going to have on-click listener here. On this, I will be showing or hiding the search results suggestion container. So I'm going to write two functions. One is show suggestion, and one is hide suggestion. To actually, we'll be using this two functions throughout our application in multiple cases. So for our easy understanding, I'm going to have it as a separate function. You can directly call set visibility function over wherever you want. So here in the search container, based on the status, I'm adding visible or invisible classes. Let's go there and check. When I click on it, it should show the suggestion box. Yes, it is showing, but it's not hiding when we click outside. So next we'll go and build that functionality, where whenever we click outside, we need to hide the drop down. For this, we'll be using the help of ref. I'm going to create a search container ref to actually detect on-click events on that, and we'll pass this ref to our main div, which has this search import. And now we will write a use effect. We'll add a event listener to the body, to the window, for a click event listener, which will actually, whenever a user clicks on our browser, we will detect that, and we will check if it is inside this search box. Otherwise, we will hide the suggestion. So I'm going to trigger a function from that. It's a callback function, and we'll click outside. And on cleanup, we will remove this event listener. So on this handle click outside, we will be checking. We need to check if this contains the target is inside the ref container. If not, we will hide this. Let's first check if such container.current is available, and if such container dot current dot contains event dot target. If this was the case, then the click happened outside of the search container. So we will call the hide suggestion function from here, which will actually close this drop down for us. Let's go and check this. So whenever I click on this, the drop down opens, and when I click outside, it hides. Now let's go and pass some data to this, which is the country array of objects. I have this as a demo, which has a few details of countries. Passing this data to my main autocomplete component, and based on this I'm going to show the suggestions for the user. So I'm going to accept this as a parameter, as a props, and I'm going to have another state, few series of states to manage a few things. One is the user input search. So whenever a user types in the input box, we will hold that in our state, and also the cursor, the current selected item in the list. So for few purpose we will need this for actually highlighting the list item that user choose, and to scroll to that particular list we need the cursor. Now let's have a search result ref for the container surrounding the search result, the drop down box. So this is another reference, element reference from React. So I'm going to place this element ref on the UL. We will be using this later. For now I'll be just adding the ref. Now let's add the suggestion computation. Whenever user search something, the search should happen. So for this I'm going to use a memo function. So whenever search changes, this will be triggered, otherwise unnecessarily it will not compute the search data. So here it's a normal JavaScript search thing, which I'm checking if the string contains regex search, like substring of, I'm going to check if the item contains the search string, then it will be filtered, and the final filtered version will be rendering here. And we will also on change, we will change the search value. The set search, we will call the set search function to set the search. Okay. Now let's render the suggestion from the list of array that we computed after searching. I'm going to map that. I'm going to render each item, autocomplete item on that, and I want to pass the item data to the item component to display actual values, and to pass spread all the values in that. So let's go into the autocomplete item component and place the country, all other details, actual details. I'm going to use name, capital, region, and the flag. So I'll use country here, and I'm going to use the flag as image, and I will display the region, which is actually the continent. So I'm also going to display capital, so it should be name. Okay. Now this component is done. Let's go and check if it is rendering. Actually our country list is actually rendering, so everything is working fine. Now when we click on that, we need to select that particular item, and also we'll be having a keyboard navigation for that. So for this I will first add a functionality to select item. So whenever a user clicks on that particular item, that should be selected. So we'll call, whenever item is selected, I'm going to hide the drop down container, and also I'm going to set the search value to the value that user chose. It should be auto name, and inside the suggestion item I'm going to call this whenever click happens. I'm going to have an on-click callback here, and I will call the onSelect function that came as a props. Okay. We have some error. Okay. We are missing the right syntax here. Should close. Once this is done, there was another user is under. Okay, it should be item. And also let's change it here. It should be item.name for search. Okay, let's add a value to the. Let's make this as a controlled component. The input box as a control component. So whenever I start searching, so now this is actually searching value for me from the autocomplete list. So I can choose any value which will be set to the input value. Since it is a control component, the value is displaying inside the input box also. Now let's go and build keyboard navigation for this. So whenever key is pressed, I'm going to have a callback to manipulate few things. Mainly we are going to use 4 keys here. One is arrow down, arrow up, and escape and enter. So arrow up and arrow key will navigate through the list, and escape button will actually hide the suggestion, and enter will actually select the current selected item like user clicked on it. So I'm going to copy this and place it 4 times for our 4 functions. So one is arrow down and another is arrow up, and the key is escape, and another one is enter. So let's go ahead and do the functionality for this. For this purpose, if I'm going to check if the actual dropdown is showing right now. Otherwise, I will show the dropdown, or if it is already showing, I will navigate through the list item. So here I'm going to check for a condition, because when we press on key down, it should not go beyond the length of the suggestion list. So if it is the last list, then it will stop there. We will do n+1, otherwise we will have the current value as n. Otherwise we will close the, we will show the suggestion list. So for the same thing, we'll do the arrow down arrow up operation. Here also we are going to see some certain conditions, because when user is in the first item, it should stop there. That is the functionality that I am going to write. So if C is 0, then I'll stop it. Otherwise, I'll set 0. 0 is the utmost item that user can navigate at the up arrow. So whenever user clicks on escape key, it will hide the suggestion. Also, when user enters on particular cursor item, I am going to check if the cursor value is available. If its cursor is 0, which means the current selected item should be greater than 0. And if suggestions, I'm going to use the current current selected item in the list and setting it in the search. Also, I'm going to hide the suggestion. Okay, now we need to add a highlight class to the selected item in the list. So based on the cursor position, I'm going to highlight that particular item in the list. So we are passing some is highlighted props to the list item component based on the cursor. If the cursor and this index is same, we will highlight this. So for this, I'm going to add an active class to that particular item. So we'll take this from the props, and if it is true, then we'll add some class to this, which is active and highlighted. Otherwise, we'll render nothing. So let's go back to this and check. There are some errors. I think we are missing the event parameter to the function navigation. Okay, we need to add an event here, and I think here also it should be C. Okay, let's go and check now. Now whenever I click on it, we were able to see that, and we are also able to navigate through the list. Okay, but the list is not actually scrolling to the view, it's hiding behind the container. So I will fix that in the next step. So whenever I click on enter or escape, it's clearing. Okay, so now let's add a scroll into view function, which will accept the position, and it will scroll the parent drop down container to that particular item. Which has a position parameter, and I'm going to use the main search result ref, and I'm going to scroll it to that particular position. We have a scroll to function parent node on parent node, which will pass the offset top and another parameter which is like smooth behavior. Let's place this function at the top, because we'll be using this beforehand when we actually search it. While a user types search something in the search box, I'm going to actually set the cursor to -1, and I'm going to scroll the user to the top of the list. This I'm doing because whenever user types something, they might be in the middle of the list, but they should be taken to the top of the list whenever new search happens. So now we'll add a use effect hook here, for actually whenever cursor changes, we will scroll to that particular selected item in the list. So for this, I'm going to track the cursor state, and I'm going to check if cursor is greater than 0. Okay, let's check less than 0 and other false condition, and return if something happens. And also, cursor should not greater than the length of suggestion. I'm going to return empty, nothing. Since this is a hook, I'm going to return empty function. Here, let's take the children, and we need to find the offset of that particular selected item. So let's take all the children, and based on the cursor position, we take the particular list item. If it is available, then we'll pass that offset to the scroll into view function dot offset top, which will actually give the position of that particular selected item. So now let's go and check what exactly we are getting. So we were able to navigate through keyboard, and it's scrolling to the selected index. Now I will be able to do all the operations that we intend to do with this autocomplete. So I'll be able to select a particular item by clicking on enter or clicking on that particular item. So now if you want this data to be available in your parent component where you import this autocomplete, we'll have a state to get the value from the child component, and we'll pass the callback function for the child component. So whenever some value is selected, we will be aware of what was selected. Basically, we in forms or other places we will be having this kind of, we need this kind of callback function to know what user chose. So I'm going to, for a demo purpose, I'm just going to print the value that we received from the autocomplete component. So basically I'm going to return the entire JSON object. So if you want, you can actually return the ID or name, whatever the parameter you want. So I'll call this onSelect in two events. One is when user clicks on enter, and I'll pass the selected cursor suggestion. And whenever user clicks on that particular item, we have onClick callback here on select item. There I'll be calling this onSelect, and I pass the item. So initial status, okay, not defined. We will remove this and make it as empty by default. So whenever I go and see, it will be empty by default. Whenever I search something and I select the value, the parent component will know what user chose there. Let me choose another by clicking on enter. So actually our autocomplete dropdown is working as per our intention. So this is how we will be able to build autocomplete component and use it across our application. Thank you guys.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe for more videos like this.